Alright Guardians, this is our solo player's guide to the Pyrmaridion strike for the unidentified frame, key, and mold, lock and key section of the exotic box quest. We are doing it on a hunter. We'll go over stuff in a little bit for other classes, but for hunter we're rocking the Duke spec. I did use Twilight Oath. It's the curated roll, the box breathing. I tried this with Borealis and it was great right up until the boss fight. I just wasn't doing enough damage before ads started spawning in at that final like third of his health. So I ended up going with Twilight Oath and then Sleeper Simulant. Because the modifiers are Solar Burn, Heavyweight, and Extinguish. With Extinguish, you can't wipe or die if you're doing this solo, so it's very, very crucial to get that boss down before everything starts spawning in at the end. And I tried it with Whisper. It just wasn't. I just wasn't like getting out enough damage quick enough because I don't have the this thing, the catalyst, and Whisper was just really on point with it. And then of course we're rocking Shards of Galanor and Way of 1,000 Cuts. This is great for ad clearing. If you use it before, you know what's going down. It's really good. If you don't have Shards of Galanor, or maybe you don't like it, I would go Celestial Nighthawk and this bottom tree here. Not only will you get more super for every precision hit, not kills, but hit you get, it will also enable precision damage, so it's Celestial Nighthawk's going to do even more damage. So it's very, very good, especially, I'm like saying that like almost exclusively for the boss fight. But yeah, so that's our setup. If you're a Titan, obviously go, I think it's the top tree, the one with the shoulder charge. As far as exotics go, I would honestly do the same load up. I would go Sleeper Simulant. That was the easiest one for me to use. If you don't have Twilight Oath, I would do definitely something with range, because there are, whether you get the Taken version or the Vex version, you are going to need something with range, and since it's Solar Singe, go something with solar. I'm not really sure what other legendary weapons that are solar. There's not many that have range. I wish there was a legendary solar bow so I could complete the set. And then obviously it's something a little closer up. Maybe go opposite. Maybe you want your sniper in this one and your... No, I would say just for burns, let's go with like that. But as far as Titan exotics go, as far as solar burn goes, actually, honestly, I'd go One-Eyed Mask if you have it. If not, Hallowfire Heart's really good. It would be really good for this. Solar abilities regen faster, even faster if your super is charged, so you get grenades more often. Crest of Alpha Lupi is another really great one. More orbs from supers. Casting your barricade or that Titan shield heals you for a bit, so that could be really, really beneficial. Heart of Inmost Light's another really good one if you have that one. Use one ability to briefly improve your other abilities. That means they regen faster, do a little bit more damage. And that can be just regular melee hits too. I was noticing that the other day. I was using that. It doesn't have to be charged melees, it can just be melees. And as far as warlocks go, obviously you're probably going to want to use the Will of Radiance, so that middle one. So what would we say? I have Another World, marks priority targets, and buffs ability regen. That one's really good. Sunbracers, you're not going to use too awful much. The Stag is pretty decent. You're going to probably get critically wounded quite a bit, especially in the boss fight, so that one would get your healing rift going. What else do we got here? Lunafaction boots is another really good one. That's so at least when you're in your Well of Radiance, you wouldn't have to reload, especially at the boss fight. Like, I'm really thinking like boss fight exotics here for you guys. That's pretty much about it for the other ones. That one, that could be alright. You don't want to use fusion grenades. Definitely go solar grenades. Those are the best ones. Ability energy on supercast. Allies, nah. I would go either Eye of Another World, the Stag. Not so much the super. Lunafaction boots was the other one. So if you guys can go with one of those, and then otherwise, let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you spawn in, go ahead and just hop on your Sparrow, just like normal Pyrmaridion, and just go all the way to the thing. Once you get here, there's either going to be a Hobgoblin or a Harpy. Go ahead and take it out. And actually, we're just going to stay up here most of this time. For most of this section. But what you want to do is either snipe or just get rid of these 4 elite goblins. Once you do that, go ahead and take down your first platform. And once you get that done, come running back up here. Take everything out again. You're either again going to get hobgoblins or harpies. Go ahead and take them out. Take down the elite goblins again. Grab the second platform. Run all the way back up. And then depending on what you got, you're either going to get mini boss harpies or mini boss minotaurs. And then just a bunch of goblins spawn in. So again, I like to stay up top where it's safe. Try and conserve your heavy ammo in this section, but with heavyweight you should be getting some decent drops, so if you have to use it, go for it. But try and conserve that as much as possible for the boss fight. Alright, once you get here, you might get some Taken to spawn in. Just go ahead and take everything out. We're going to pretty much run it the exact same way regardless. Just go ahead and take these guys out first. And then pop down onto this platform right here. And you're either going to get taken or Vex. Hopefully you get the Vex because it is a little bit easier in my opinion. But at this little platform, they won't shoot at you. If you jump down to this one, they will. So just be very careful. If you're rocking the Borealis, I would rock a Hammerhead or a Void Heavy weapon, just so you can take down these shields really quickly, because it will help you, especially if you get taken in the next section. But just like before, you can probably just jump down onto the next platform, be a little bit faster. But honestly, we're not going for speed here, we're going for completion, because it doesn't matter. You can take 2 hours to do this strike. As long as you don't die, you'll be fine. But, and then just like you saw earlier, take down the 2 hobgoblins before you start moving up so they're not shooting at you. And then just take this dude out. And then the 2 goblins that spawn in with him. And then we'll move on into the next section. Once you get here, pray you get the Vex version, because it is 1,000 times easier. Especially if you're using Borealis. Switch that thing to Arc, and you can take these down so quickly. It's awesome. But if you get the Taken version, you're pretty much going to do the exact same thing regardless. You're going to take down. It's just going to take a lot longer because all the acolytes have void shields, which is why I also suggest, if you're not going to use, if you're using Borealis, bring a void machine gun or a void power weapon. That way you can just sprinkle right through those. Or Borealis works wonders on those things. Just stand back and watch them all die because they'll stand so close together. But pretty much what you want to do here is just stay way back like you see me doing. And once you get that done, really, once these guys stop spawning in, we're just going to creep around the corner. And there are going to be some more Minotaurs. I think there's a total of 3 or 4 in this room altogether. So just be aware of that. But go ahead and just slowly take, like literally you can take your time this entire time. See, like, I didn't even have to shoot that. I could have just waited, not wasted the bullet, but whatever. Alright, but once you've cleared out this entire room, the far like tunnel end that you see across the way right now, there are going to be a bunch of harpies or Vex, the 2 mini boss minotaurs, as well as a just bunch of goblins. Hopefully you get the goblin one, because that one without Borealis is a ton easier. It's a lot faster. You don't have to waste nearly as much ammo or super energy on the harpies. So if you have Borealis, it's good either way. If not, pray you get the goblin version. I think we get the goblin version here. Can't remember. But in either instance, all you need to do is just kind of stay back, just like the rest of the strike, and just slowly like take them down. Especially with the harpies, you're going to go through a lot of grenades, a lot of melee abilities, a lot of supers, because you want to conserve as much energy, ammo, and power ammo as possible. But if you have Borealis, just take them down. It's really easy, really fast. So let's go ahead and jump on in to the next section. Alright, but once you get here, again, pray for the Vex version. In my opinion, it's easier. Pray whichever version you prefer. If it's the Taken one, it might actually be better for the non-Borealis people. Unfortunately, we got the Vex version, so just hope you get the easier version. But if you get the Vex version, like you see here, you want to take out these hobgoblins first, obviously because they are doing solar damage. And then right after that, start working on these harpies. They're doing void damage, but they do a lot of damage. Like you see, I'm just going to start wailing on them with my super. Try to save that power ammo if you can. If not, do what you got to do. But then once you get these guys dead, go and look to the left. There's going to be a platform there guarded by like 2 or 3 goblins and a minotaur. I just use my power ammo to take out the minotaur, and then once he's dead, I just clean up everything else with my hand cannon, as you can see. And then once you get there, go ahead and slide into that platform and try and stay back as far back as possible, because there are going to spawn in like 2 minotaurs, a bunch of goblins, and then as soon as you get the platform is going to spawn in, I think it's 2 elite harpies. One of those might spawn in with the other ads when you go so far towards the platform, so just be very careful. And like I said, stay in cover as much as possible, and then come run back to where we were just standing. I popped my super there. If you pop your super, if you have it, go for it. Otherwise, I would use my power ammo on the minotaurs and the hydras, and then just anything else, and then just hope you get power ammo back. And then after that, after you clear all those guys, I think we get the top platform. Go ahead and do that. Come running back here again, because there are going to be some more harpies and a hydra. And then just grab the last platform, and you'll be good to go into the next section. Alright, once you get here, pull out either your power ammo, your sniper rifle, whatever, and just take care of those taken enemies or Vex enemies, whichever one they are. And then we're just going to take out all of these guys. We're going to take out everything before we really move into here, because if you go too far forward, you're going to get hit. And I actually died one time because I was dumb enough to stand right, like directly under one of these lasers trying to snipe an enemy, and I had to start all over. So just be very, very careful here. Like literally, you have all day to do this strike. So take a little bit of extra time to not die. But then once you got most of everything dead here, you can just go ahead and run in. And we're just going to kill him, pick up whatever ammo we can find. And I stop here because as you can see, that guy spawns in. He doesn't always spawn in. So don't just go running through these, because he could like blast you and send you all the way back and you could die. So just be very careful. Like usually I run through this, but even I'm taking it slow because I do not want to start this strike over. I think I did this, it took me like 6 or 7 tries. Ooh, that made me cringe a little bit. And then I'm looking here to see if I got Void or Taken or Vex enemies. You can again have either one. We got the Taken, which sucks. This is the one section that, unless you're using Borealis, you really, really want the Vex version, because this section just takes so long otherwise. Like unless you're using a Void subclass, which I wouldn't recommend because you lose the power of your grenades and your melee and your super ability, or you're using a Void weapon, which then takes away from either your power ammo, your power weapon output, or your energy weapon, in which case if you get anything related to the Vex, like you get the Harpies, it takes forever to kill those. So it's kind of a no-win situation with the Taken. But what you want to do is just take all these guys out as slowly as possible, or as safely as possible. If you have to, you can always run back here like you see me doing to take cover. Make sure you kill those those hobgoblins that are going to be sniping, whether it's Vex or Taken, first. That way you're not going to get hit, especially if they are the regular Vex. Those things will like 2-tap you almost. And I was at 650, so just be very, very careful if you're lower light leveled. Then we're just going to slowly make our way through this section, and then once you move towards the second like pillar you have to hack, you will get a second wave of Taken enemies. And if you got the Taken version, you will get 2 more hobgoblins or Taken hobgoblins that will be sniping at you, so be very careful of them. Like as you can see, this is just a pain in the ass to deal with all this Void shield and have no Void weapons to or abilities to get rid of the shields. So just really take your time. Like I like to clear out the 2 far back areas from the way back middle section before I even head that way. That way I take care of all the Minotaurs before I get there. That's Vex or Taken version. And then after that, it's pretty much clear. But as soon as you hack one of the last 2, the ones in the back, you will get a mini boss enemy that spawns in. It's going to be a Phalanx. If it's the Taken version, it's going to be a Hydra if you get the Vex version. So my honest solution to that is just stay way back in the middle and then pound them with power ammo. Like, so hopefully you don't do what I'm doing right now and just use your power ammo to power through the enemies. It helps now, but it hurts later. So after you get all that cleared and you're in the next section, there is going to be some Vex sitting around a ring. go ahead if you're not full on power ammo, go ahead and just kill all of them. Hopefully they drop some power ammo. It should, since we got heavyweight, but you never know. And after that, we'll just speed this up and we'll go straight into the boss fight. Alright, so we're finally at the boss fight. This section is, you're gonna have to rush this section a little bit, but as soon as you get the boss to spawn in, I run all the way back, because this is where you're gonna want to be to begin with the first platform. We're just gonna stand behind here. We're gonna do our damage, and then we're gonna let him despawn. He's gonna spawn right here. Try and get one more shot in. There we go, we got his first third of health down. Come running back over here. That way you're safe from the boss and the Vex that will spawn in. Go ahead and take care of these goblins. Hopefully they drop some power ammo for you. That would be fantastic if they did. And under no circumstances, no matter what power level you're at, do not go in front of this boss with any kind of damage on your health. Because he very nearly one taps me, and I'm at 650 power in this video. So be very, very careful if you are anything under that. Like, he might even just one shot you, so be very, very careful. But what you want to do is, I like to stick by our first platform and just take care of all of the Vex that have spawned in on the opposite end. And then once they're all dead, we're just going to run immediately to this part over here, and we're going to sit right on the very top. We're crouched down so he can't hit us. You can even be a little bit more forward than what we are right now. Since we did get his first third, he should go straight there. Do not do any damage if he goes immediately. I'm going to break that rule. No, I'm not. Good. Because if you knock his head off, he does come out of that cage, and it's insanity after that. And you can't do damage to him until you get rid of both of the platforms. So what I like to do is just stay over here, take care of the Minotaur. There is an elite goblin. Watch out for him, and make sure you are behind cover from the boss at all times during this. Like right now, he could kill me with one shot from where my health was at. So be very, very careful. And make sure you kill all the Vex before you go over there. So like you see me doing here, we're just watching our cover. And we're staying in cover no matter what until we get these last. I think there's 2 guys right here. So be very careful. Bam. That was the last guy. And then what I like to do is I like to wait for him to shoot once. I'll go behind some cover. Just like that. You can hear it like charge up. So it's like, it's kind of a thing. You'll know it. You hear it 1,000 times. Like I said, if you get hit, immediately go into cover. Don't even think twice about it. Just hit the cover. And then you see me doing this because he will shoot his flames at where the last point he saw you at. He saw me a little too close to the edge. I thought I got it for some reason, but I didn't. So if that happens, hit the other side of the platform, this thing in front of us. Just go to the left side and shoot at him a couple times. And that should get his attention to go over there, and he'll start throwing the flames that way. And then of course I messed it up because he saw me again anyways. You just want to make sure you're ducked down. Just like that. And then once you get this platform, there are going to be 2. There's usually 2. I think there's only 1 this time, so be very careful of that. But there's usually 2 Minotaurs that spawn in over here. Get them gone as quickly as possible. And then you can just kind of take your time with these goblins. If you accidentally shoot their heads off, be very careful because they will come around to our right side and they'll come at you that way. So just be careful of that. And then just like this platform, we're going to run all the way there once we have full health. Just be very careful. Use the power ammo for the Minotaurs and then save the rest of it. Like we got 11 shots right now. We've been pretty lucky with the drops. So just be careful. Keep that in mind. And then you want to come around here just like you see me doing. I probably get hit. Yep. Stay in cover just in case. But then go ahead and just hop on that platform. And then he should despawn again to his original platform. That happens, go ahead and hit a couple shots into him, or he doesn't, so that's good. But he should now. There he goes, and we're just gonna do our best to get all of this power ammo down. So don't use your reload ability on your hunter until he's this low, just in case, and then just pop your super and he should be dead. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, link is in the description for the entire guide. And yeah, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an awesome week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.